Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. I've been getting a lot of questions about my new template that I released on August 10th. It is called the Wanderlust Printable Mini Album Template, and it is a hybrid printable template. And what I did was I took two of my favorite things, mini albums and traveler's notebooks, and I made it into one printable template. So the way this works is I made it to where it could be just a mini album, it could be just a traveler's notebook, or it could be a combination of the two. So in the mini album world, one of my most favorite things about mini albums is the interactive pages. Like, they're not just a flat page that you glue something onto, you attach your picture and a pretty little flower. They are interactive. They have flips, they have pockets, they have envelopes, they have inserts, they have different size pages, different size flips, different size envelopes and inserts, and all, you know, there's multiple sizes, very interactive. And it's a lot of fun. It keeps your attention, and it's fun to build those pages. And then actually the same thing holds true to traveler's notebooks. One of the great things about traveler's notebooks is you can use different sizes. You can use teeny little envelopes. You can use small little embellishments, tags, large tags. You could do, you know, there really isn't any rules in either type of memory keeping, which is one of the things I love about both styles of memory keeping. So in order to have the best of both worlds, I decided to release the template as 3 different bundles. So there are 3 sizes. There is a large, a medium, and a small. And in the traveler's notebook world, there are very specific sizes of traveler's notebooks. There's the standard size, the personal size, the pocket size, there's wallet size, there's B6, there's just a ton of different sizes. So I kept them separate, like the large is in one PDF, the medium is in one PDF, and the small is in one PDF, more so for that, for the traveler's notebook world. So if you just wanted to make a large standard size traveler's notebook, you would open that PDF and all the components are there for you, all the measurements are taken out. You don't have to do any measuring, and that's kind of what's fun about printable templates, is I've done all that work for you. You just have to pick and choose which components you would like to use. So the same with the medium, same with the small. But I also, in the mini album world, I also wanted to have the different size pages. So I didn't want to just release a large, or just release a medium, or just release a small as a separate purchase. So I did 3 different ways. I did a bundle of all 3 sizes, large, medium, small. I did a bundle of the large, medium, and a bundle of the medium, small. And the reason I broke it up that way, for the large, medium, and the medium, small, some people don't like to make the larger albums, and then some people don't like to make the smaller albums. So this way, you had 3 different options. You can get all 3 sizes, or if you wanted a larger album, you got the larger size. If you wanted the smaller albums, you got the smaller size. But the only drawback to that is that I have to start somewhere with the videos, right? So I have to... The whole concept of this printable template is for it to be a hybrid of sorts type printable template. So I had to start there, right? So I started with the large, and we're making a hybrid mini album, a traveler's notebook. Where's it at? Project. Okay, so here we've already started. We've got the large covers, and we've got pages, and we've got, this is actually a small traveler's notebook insert. We've got 2 inserts done in here. There's even a medium. There's a medium envelope on this page right there. So we've already started on the large, and unfortunately I can only do one project at a time. So the issue with that part is that the people who just bought the medium small have to wait a little bit longer for there to be specific videos just for the medium small. And I have a lot of new people. Welcome to my channel. I have a lot of people new to my templates and new to my Etsy shop, all of that. So what I thought I would do is make this video and kind of show you and explain to you how you can follow along with the current video series that we're doing, and you can make a medium small instead of a large. Well, actually, I'm going to be using all 3 sizes, but you can make one that starts with the medium size covers and still do the same thing, still do the same project, just in the medium size. So if you're new, it could be confusing, and I understand that. So I thought that I would just do this video really quick and try to show you, give you like a visual of how you can adapt what I'm doing on, you know, my videos now to the medium small size, which I will be doing. I'll be doing many videos. I'll be doing many projects. I want to do a fabric covered journal, a mini album. I want to do all the different sizes. I want to do some sewing. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff that I want to do with this template. It's so versatile. There's so many cool things you can do with it. I'm super excited about it. I've got Maidicon coming. I'm planning that, so I'm planning albums specifically for that, and that's a lot of fun. So I'm trying to work as fast as I can to get out as much information as I can, as quick as I can, for you guys. So let's start with don't pay any attention to my nails, you guys. I have had no time to do my nails. They're about 2 weeks overdue. I literally snapped my pointer finger yesterday trying to lift a big pile of 12 by 12 paper pads that's from Maidicon. I tried to lift them and move them off of the table because I needed the space to cut some paper down and all of that. And I dropped it and it snapped my finger, and oh my gosh, it just hurts so bad. When I was fixing it this morning, I was almost in tears. It hurts so bad, but I couldn't leave it because I kept bumping it. Oh, anyway, neither here nor there. But it hurt. So don't pay attention to my nails. I have not had time to do them. But okay, so let's start with when you purchase the templates, you get a set of background design templates, you get a set of plain templates, and you get a guide, okay? So the background design and the plain templates, they're the same templates, except one has a background design on it. So if you're printing onto just regular white cardstock, like this is the vintage background design, you can just print on plain white cardstock and you'll still have something pretty to look at. And the plain templates, they don't say mini album covers, are just like that. They're just empty on the inside. They have the brown vintage edge edging, like distressed edging, all the way around. And that's the difference between the plain and the background designs, even though it's the same template. Okay, so you get that, and then you also get a guide. Now this is my spec book, which has all the guides and stuff in it. And so I wanted to talk about that for just a minute. Let me move that aside. So I make my spec book for you guys mostly, but what you guys need to do is you just need to open up your guidebook PDF, and then you've printed out, you know, the plain templates if you want, and you just need to go through and write. Okay, so page number 1 in the large is the mini album covers. So I just wrote large mini album covers on the template. So that's, you go through and you copy the important information that you need from this guide onto your templates if you want to do it that way. You can also just print out your guide and refer back to that. So some of the guide descriptions for each thing are very quick and short, and some of them have a lot of options and explanations. For example, the mini album covers, it just says a cut out and leave as one piece, score and fold the 2 middle lines, and or cut into 3 pieces and use as a traceable template. So it just kind of gives you options of what you can do with those pages. But that obviously is the cover. So main base layer 1, main base layer 2, main base layer 3, those are all the same throughout all 3 sizes. And so is the cover. The covers, the main base layers, they're all the same throughout all 3 sizes. So, for example, if you've got the medium and you want to make your covers, you just go to the medium. I think this is all large right here. So then you would just want to go to the medium pages and you would look for the one that says mini album covers, and that would be the one that you would use. It might look different. It's obviously going to be smaller than the large, but that, if it says mini album covers, it's the exact same thing that I'm using in the large. So that holds true for the main base layer 1, 2, 3. And what I'm going to do is, let me scooch this out of the way. What I'm going to start doing is when I make a video, I am going to if I say I'm using main base layer 2, or if I say I'm using page 3 in the large, I'm going to make sure that I say this is main base layer 2. So main base layer 3, for example, in the large looks like this. Well, minus that. So this is what that page looks like, and it's page number 4. Well, in the medium, main base layer 3 is also page number 4, but it looks like this. Okay, so main base layer 3, page number 4 in the large also has a small pocket. And the reason I added that pocket is because there was space for it. I did not have space for 2. I usually like to provide 2 so that when you print it out onto if you print it out onto pattern paper, you'll have 2 ready for you. But there wasn't enough space because of the size of this template. So I just added a quick little smaller pocket that I use actually quite a bit. But on the medium size, you can see that it has 2 main base layer 3s and not a smaller pocket. So, but what you could do, and the reason I designed my templates the way I do with tabs all the way around, that way you can make your pocket any size you want. So you can slice it here and you can have a pocket that's this wide, or you can slice it here and you've got 2 pockets. If you slice it down the middle, you have 2 equal pockets. So that way you have options. So you make your own size pockets. But I did add this one here because there was space for it. So, and the same as with the small, this is the page number 4. It is main base layer 3, and again, there are 2 here. Now, if I had big chunks of page and I didn't need it for any of the other templates, I left it blank, because if you're printing this onto pattern paper, now you've got this big chunk left that you can use for traceable, like you could trace tags or inserts or anything from that big piece of pattern paper. That way it's not a bunch of wasted things that you may not use. But I tried to do that on some of the pages. If I didn't need it for tags or inserts or things, I tried to leave big chunks of space there. So the same with the small size. You can cut it down the middle either way and have 2 equal pockets. You can cut it over to the right and have one bigger pocket and one smaller pocket. You decide how you want to cut your pockets to make a pocket. Because I do use this pocket in the large quite often because it's a good size, especially for the Traveler's Notebook, because there's a flap on the covers of the Traveler's Notebook, and this actually is a perfect size for kind of like a envelope pocket type thing. Whoops, what did I just hit? On your covers. So, but you can do the same thing with the medium and the small. You just need to cut it down a little bit. So another example, if I say I'm using in the large, I'm using a page number 5, which is the tab pocket insert 1. Side loading is what I wrote because that was what was in the guide. In the medium, it is called the same thing, tab pocket insert number 1. So if you just go through, even though this happens to be the same page number, these are smaller. Like, let me go back here. Now you see how these have 2 tags down here on this page? Well, this page doesn't have that, and that's okay. These are all tags that are included in every size. It's the same sheets of tags. Let me show you real quick. So every size template has these exact same 2 sheets of tags. So it's the same size tags that are throughout all 3 album sizes. I just thought it would be fun to give you extra sheets of just tags. So if I happen to use this page and then I use these tags for something, you can find that on those tag pages if you're using the medium, okay? Well, let's see, this top loading insert, those are named the exact same thing throughout all 3 sizes. So here's the top loading insert part 1 on page 8 of the medium. Top loading insert part 1 is on page 8 of the large, but they look different. The pages look different, right? But that's okay. So here's the part 2 of that top loading pocket. This one's on page 9, but on the medium, it's on the same page. So you just need to look for the name of things. So so far we've made the covers. We've got the main base layer 1 and main base layer 2. We've got 2 inserts. All of these things are named the exact same in the medium and the small. One of the great things about my template is there is no wrong way to use them. There is no right or wrong way to create. So if you wanted to use this little, top loading insert pocket part 3, just on a regular page, you can. It's actually a little smaller than the main base layer pages, but it's still cute. It doesn't matter. You use it the way you want to use it. All 3 sizes have the gift card sleeve. It's the exact same size in all 3 sizes. You can't call it a gift card sleeve if you can't get a gift card in there, right? Whoops. There is the Traveler's Notebook cover, insert cover right here, and this one's on page 10. Also wanted to point out, a Traveler's Notebook is also called a TN for short, but I have decided to start my video series as if my viewers have never heard of a Traveler's Notebook before, so I'm kind of like taking little baby steps. I'm introducing all of the different little things. So if you're an avid Traveler's Notebook person, then you already know you can just call this a TN, because a Traveler's Notebook is a mouthful. Yes, it is indeed. I completely agree. But I want some of the people who've never heard of a Traveler's Notebook before to get used to it being a Traveler's Notebook. So eventually I will start calling it a TN, but for now it's a Traveler's Notebook. So, all right, let's see. All of the sizes have pockets, and it'll just say pocket. And, you can tell the shape of these pockets. They're kind of like not a library pocket. What is that called? Like a, I can't think of the type of pocket that is called. It'll come to me. All 3 sizes have a flip. There is one thing different that is different throughout the 3 sizes is the envelopes. The envelopes are the same, meaning, I'm sorry about the glare, it's the laminating. The envelopes are the same. So this cute little square envelope down here that could also be used as a library pocket, it's shaped the same in all 3 sizes. It's just 3 different sizes. But the difference that the templates have is I numbered them in order in which they appear in the template. So in the large, this is envelope number 1. But in the medium, whoops, went too far. Envelope number 1 is this one here, right? So in the envelope number 2 is this envelope that matches, that's shaped the same as this envelope. So when it comes to the envelopes, you can't really go by the name, you just need to go by the shape of the envelope. So if I'm using envelope number 2 in the large, well then that would be envelope number 3 in the medium. You see how they're shaped the exact same way? So if you're making your medium size, and let's see, where did I use that? In my Traveler's Notebook insert, this is a large envelope, right? But if you're making the medium size, then you use that medium envelope that's shaped the exact same way. So, oops, let me put my clip back. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my clip. All three sizes of templates have 2 sheets of tags, right? They're the same on all 3 sizes. The sizes don't change. They're exactly the same. All 3 sizes have these instant type photo frame embellishments. There's 2 sheets of that. They're all 3 the same size. And then all 3 sizes have a set of vintage papers and different little elements like a library pocket, glassine bags. What did somebody call this? Somebody told me what this was called the other day and I cannot remember. It's like a lace spool or something like that. But anyway, so these are all the vintage ephemera pages and all of that are just sized to fit in the appropriate size. Like this is the large size, so then the medium has the medium size vintage pages with it. So I hope that this is kind of helping you to understand that even though I'm working mainly in this large one and using components of the 3 different sizes, you can still make this exact album with the exact paper, but just in the medium size. So, like here's the medium size. My bow keeps moving around here. Let me move it. So here's the medium size. So you can make this exact album in this size. You just need to make sure you use the right pages. So when I'm making my videos, I'm going to be sure to say, unless it's an envelope, because I've already showed you that they're numbered a little bit different, I'm going to make sure that I say the top loading insert or the main base layer or whatever it is that I'm happen to be using. Except for the envelopes, you'll just have to go by the shape. So you can make a large along with me, the way I'm making it exactly like this. You can also make the exact same thing except in the medium size, and you can also make the exact same thing in the small size. Now the only difference is, like for the small one example, if you were making a small album just like I'm doing here, you would obviously have to make some adjustments. Like you wouldn't be able to have a smaller size little notebook in your pocket because this is a small traveler's notebook insert. So I'm going to try to do better in making sure that for those of you who just bought the medium and the small templates, that you are aware of the name of what it's called. So, isn't that just the cutest? So so there is the medium envelope, and then the small envelope is just the same thing. Hopefully I've got one. Oh, I've got one right here on white paper. So here's the small, right? And then here is the large, right here. So large, medium, small. So it's the same envelope, it's just a different size. So that's the only thing that's labeled differently is the envelopes. And then there's also a few little components like that pocket that I was talking about that's on the main base layer 3 in the large, but it's not in the other two. So I hope that I have answered most of your questions. For those of you who just bought the medium and the small, and who want to be creating right now and were confused of where to start, I hope that I have encouraged you to go ahead and start. Go back to my first video where I made the covers for the large, right here, where I made these covers, and start picking out the same templates from the medium template set and go ahead and start making your album. And you know, just remember that you can't mess up. It's paper. You can't mess up. You can make yourself, like, you can do like a quick little, you know, prototype with just plain white paper if you'd like. If you're nervous about using the pretty pattern paper, start with something, or start with some paper that you need to recycle. You know, I have a huge stack of paper that I need to recycle, and sometimes I use it over again to test things out. So you can always go that route. I also have a really great Facebook group. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, I will link that down below. Go ahead and send a request to join. You have to send a request. But the people there are extremely helpful, and you know, they're usually pretty quick about answering questions, because I can't answer questions 24 hours a day. It's just impossible. So there's people all over the world in that Facebook group, so no matter what time zone you're in, there is always somebody there that is willing to help. They're very helpful. There is not a single question that's too silly to ask. A lot of us have been in the same positions. When you first start learning how to do something, some things you think should, you know, be automatic. You should already know these things, or think someone should already know these things, doesn't necessarily mean somebody already knows these things. So it's important, it's very important to ask these questions, and don't be scared to ask them. And don't be scared to leave a comment below if you have a question. I will do my best to answer it. It's harder sometimes to type out an answer versus just answering it in a video. And that brings me to another question I get asked all the time. How come I don't pre-film my videos before I release a template? Well, there's several reasons, but the main reason for that is that people ask questions and I can't anticipate all of the questions. So in order to be able to answer these questions, I have to film videos as we go. A lot of times I will film the video the day before you see it. Sometimes I will film it 2 weeks before you see it. Sometimes it'll be a couple days. And sometimes it just depends. So I try to stay current with my video. I try not to film too far in advance. Also, for another reason that I don't do that is because sometimes when I'm using paper lines, if I record videos too early, that paper line might not be available anymore. It might have sold out, it might have been discontinued, all of that. So I like to use like current papers that are available. But the main one is I like to answer your questions in my videos as best I can. I feel like you get a better explanation for that. I try to type them out too. I try to answer the comments. I try to answer my messages. I try to do all of that, but sometimes it just doesn't come across the same way it would if I could just show you. If you were just sitting here with me and I could just show you how to do it. So that's why I like to film as I go and not ahead of time. So now that you know, you can adapt what I'm doing now, the videos that I'm making now, into making the medium and the small albums. I encourage you to go ahead, jump in, and start. Just pay attention to what I call things, and I will be better about calling those things what they are. Except for the envelopes, because you're just going to have to go by the shape of those. I should have numbered them all the same, but you're just going to have to go by the shape of that envelope. Another question I get asked quite a bit is, how come I don't make more videos and make more videos more often? I wish I could, but there just simply isn't enough time. I am a one-woman show over here. I do all of my filming, I do all of my editing, I do all of my planning, I do all of my designing, I do everything myself, and there just isn't enough time. I'm also a mother, a wife, and I have other things that I have to take care of as well. And I'm an extremely detailed, perfectionist type of person when it comes to showing you guys new things, new ideas. I'm always wanting to show you guys something fun. Always get inspired by other people. I always like to share the things that inspire me with you guys. I like to make sure that the end product is a good end product. In every video. So there's a lot of work that goes into one video. I know it seems like, well, the video, is an hour long. Well, that took you an hour. No, it really didn't. Because it probably took me, 3 to 4 hours, if not more, to plan that video. And then it probably took me 2 to 3 hours, sometimes even more, to film that video. And then you have to upload it to your computer. You have to edit your footage. You have to upload it once again to the internet. You have to the YouTube. Then you have to do all of your description box stuff. You have, it's just like it's a process. It's a step-by-step process that takes a lot of time. And it is currently soccer season. My son is a junior in high school and he's on the varsity soccer team. And it seems like they have, 10 games a week. They don't, but it seems like they do. And so we're always at the soccer field. And, it's just life. I'm just like everybody else. I wear, 10 hats, and you got to take one off to put one on, and sometimes things just take longer than you really want them to. So just know that I am working as hard as I can. I appreciate and am so thankful for your patience with me, especially right now, because I do have a lot going on. I have my new template that I'm super excited about, which I'm making videos for. I have MediaCon coming up in a couple of weeks. Oh, one of the things I've been working on the past few days. I'm putting the finishing touches on. This is the album. This is the Top Secret #1 album that we're going to be making. So I am currently going through and really, jazzing this thing up. Like, I'm really going through and I'm adding all the little bits and pieces that make these types of projects so much fun and so beautiful to look at. And that's kind of what how I see my memory keeping process is. If it's not pretty to look at in my eyes, then I won't pick it up, I won't look at it, I won't open it, I won't use it. So all of the little detail things are very important. And this class, for example, there are so many parts and pieces to this mini album. It's incredible how many different little things. I had my husband cutting paper for me yesterday, and I had my mom inking up some hole reinforcements because I'm making up a ton of kits for all of my classes. So I'm kind of getting some help with that in that area because there's no way I could do it by myself. But here's like a little sneak peek of Top Secret #1. And I've showed you guys already a this is not top secret. This is the Shabby Christmas class, the Christmas mini album class. I've already got these kits together, and you know what, if I think about it, I'll either put it on Instagram or Facebook. I'm going to take a picture or maybe even a little short clip of all the kits for this class. I mean, it is a ton of stuff. Which all of them are going to be that way. That's just the one I've got ready, and it's not even completely ready yet. So I still have 3 more classes to get completely ready. So I have got all of this going on, and then I've got my, my template. Then I have my family. I have my son's soccer. School started back, and my son is in Excel classes, and so we've been trying to help him with some of his work, or not really even helping him, because honestly, calculus, pre-cal, he's in pre-cal. I don't know, nothing. I know nothing about it, so I just listen and let him talk. Maybe he can teach himself when he's trying to explain it to me. Maybe he'll be learning something just by trying to explain it to me. But anyway, so there's a ton of things going on. So I'm trying to work as fast as I can, and I do appreciate your all's patience. I'm very thankful for that. And I am trying to I want to do 2 to 3 videos a week for sure. I kind of want to do 3 videos a week, because I want to do 2 tutorials on using the template, and then I want to do a video where we are doing a journal with me in the traveler's notebooks that we're making. So I definitely want to do that. And again, if you have any questions, just leave me a comment or head over to my Facebook group and ask over there. Soon I'm going to be making an updated Maidicon video. I have a few spots left open in several of my classes that I have. Let's see, the Top Secret number 1 is sold out completely, but there's a few spots left in the Top Secret number 2, and then in the Vintage Shabby Christmas class, mini album class. Which, by the way, that one is going to be, the Christmas album is going to be a completely new template altogether. That template itself won't come out till October. But it is actually its own template all to itself. And then the Top Secret 1 and 2, they're using the Wanderlust templates, but the Top Secret number 1 is a 2-part class, and the Top Secret number 2 is a 1-part class. Top Secret number 1's bigger, Top Secret number 2 is a smaller version, and we're going to be doing different things in that class. And then I have my art journal class, which I love. I love art journals. I love using art journals. I love using art supplies, so that class is going to be a lot of fun. There's seats left for that one as well. I've got a lot of fun goodies for Maidicon. I'm super excited. We spent some time last night putting together some of the swag that everybody's getting from Maidicon, or at Maidicon. Everybody that comes to Maidicon, you're going to get this. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait for you guys to see it. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing an updated video for Maidicon, hopefully here in the next few days. Maybe I might not be able to film it till Monday, but we'll see. So thank you all so very much for your patience. Just know that I am working 12 to 16 hours a day trying to get all of this done, and I want it to be good. I want it to be great. I'm excited about everything that we got going on. I wish there was more time in the day. I wish there was more of me, but there isn't. So again, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your patience, and hopefully you will enjoy all of the videos that I come out with. Even if you just got the medium small, hopefully you will go ahead and try to make the medium small right along with me while we're making the large. And maybe I can give you some ideas throughout the large video series, supplemental things that you could do if you're just working in the medium small. Maybe I can remember to make a note of that to give ideas for those working in the smaller sizes. But either way, I'm super excited about this journey. If you have any questions, just let me know. So that is all I've got for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.